Hi everybody, time for another guitar tutorial from Songs from No Man's Land, the new record that I have coming out. This next one is the first song that I wrote for the record. I was trying to write a song about Camden, figured that Suggs and people like that have done the direct approach to that a little bit more than I shouldn't contribute to that. So I was trying to find a different way in. I found out the story about Jinny Bingham. It's on the plaques outside the World's End pub there, and decided to try and write a song, and it's kind of a, I mean, this is a loaded term, but it's kind of a folk punk song. We're in D minor, but we're in drop D, so we're gonna take that bottom string down a step, so it's a D. So when you play a D minor chord, you can play that bottom string too, and it rings out, and you can play that, and then you can play a G minor chord, which you play by playing 5/5 open open. 5/5 open 3. Block that B string, and then you got the E string ringing out at the top, which makes a G minor 6 chord. It's kind of a James Bond chord. And then back to the G minor, and then to an A7, so you block the bottom string. And then you go, there you are, there's your chorus chords taken care of there. The only other chord, so it goes, if you're heading down to Camden Town, be sure to raise a toast to the patron saint of the wastes and strays, to Jinny Bingham's ghost. So that's the introduction. For the chorus, it's the same chords, but for the rest of the song, it's all about your right hand, about that rhythm, and about it's all about a lot of control in this wrist. I played a lot of thrash guitar when I was a kid, and it taught me a lot of control in this. So learn from James Hetfield. But your the downstrokes are like the snare drum in the beat. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of like that. So that really propels the song forward. You know, in the version on the record, we have the drums as well, pushing that forward, but it survives as a solo piece. So in the verse, with that rhythm, you start on an A7 and going to a D minor, and you do that twice, and then you go to a G minor. G minor 6 again, and then to a D minor, and then to an E7, which we're playing by doing 2 2 0 1. So there it is, slightly odd chord in this key, and then to an A7, and it speeds that change up around at the end of the verse, which you'll see in a moment. And there's a little descending there, which is just open A string, and then 5 3 2 1, 5 3 2 open. And then you're back to the D minor. So that's the verse and the chorus. The middle 8, there's a weird chord. It's sort of an F chord, but it's got D's in it, so I'm not quite sure what to call it. But basically we're going 3 3 open 2 3 and open. And then we're going to a sort of E minor 7 chord, so it's 2 2 open open 3 open. Then to our G minor chord again. Then to our E7 chord again, then to A7. And then there's a couple of extra chords at the end of it, which it goes to this sort of B flat shape I use quite a lot. I think I'm right in saying it would be a a B flat 6. So it's blocking the bottom string, you got a 1, 3, open, 3, open. So it's basically the shape of a B flat major chord, but with 2 open strings thrown in, and then there's a C in there as well, and then you're back in. And the only other bit of guitaring, there's a little rundown at the end of the solo and at the end of the last chorus. So you're on an A7, and then so keeping the same open string, so you've got an open A, an open G, an open E at the top. You go up to, which is 11 and 10, and then which is a 8 and an 8, and then a 7 and a 6, and then a 5 and a 5. So there it is. So it's kind of descending dyads. It's like, and working out that kind of stuff is why you should learn your scales, kids, because it's a lot easier to do if you actually learn your scales. So we're in a harmonic minor key here of D minor, and all of that brings together, like I say, an awful lot of this song we're playing it right is about your right hand, or your strumming hand, let's say, and just getting that vibe going, and then you can open it up as well, and just sort of keeping that pulse and that energy going forward. So the whole thing sounds like this. If you're heading down to Camden Town, be sure to raise a toast to the patron saint of the wastes and strays, to Jinny Bingham's ghost. Well, when she was a fresh-faced lass from Kentish Town she came. Her people, they were peddlers, Jinny Bingham was her name. And with her husband, Gypsy George, a Camden coach-us they did keep, till they hung him by his neck from Tyburn Tree for stealing sheep. Broke hard to lose her love when she was just a child, so a man named Darby took the hand of Jinny meek and mild. He was a drinker, not a thinker, daily brought his wife to tears, until one Camden winter morning Darby simply disappeared. If you're heading down to Camden Town, be sure to raise a toast to the patron saint of the wasted strays, Jinny Bingham's ghost. She earned a reputation on those bitter Camden streets. If you tarry with the Bingham girl, you'd hold your man to cheat. But even so, the miser pitcher was the third man on her lips, till one night they chucked her oven and found him burned up to a crisp. They tried him for his murder, thought they'd finally cooked a goose. But even when the fourth man died, Jinny somehow slipped the noose. He was a fugitive from justice, for love she took him in, but he beat her once too often and the poison did him in. If you're heading down to Camden Town, be sure to raise a toast to the patron saint of the wasted strays, and Jinny Bingham's ghost. The locals didn't like her, forced to spun her around. They called her wicked woman, sorceress of some renown. They swore upon the gravestones of her husband she'd grown rich. The rival and the righteous, they knew she was a witch, but the reason she was hated was the simple one indeed. She had kindness for the careless, took it all to need. The guilty and the gamblers, the harlots and the whores, all knew that Jinny offered sanctuary at her bar. No judgment for the judge, and you could never fall too far. On the day she died, they swore they saw the devil by her side. A mob broke down her door, and from her chair her body cried. The tavern is still standing, it's now called the Underworld, and it still offers sanctuary for all broken boys and girls. So let's turn down to Camden Town, and folks, let's raise a toast to the patron saint of the wasted strays, Jinny Bingham's ghost. So there it is, folks. Practice your right hand, get that palm mutant, get it open, get the rhythm, get the drive, and you've got the song. And we'll do more of these later. Thank you.